Settle in, boys and girls. Let's get into today's video. Today's video is very juicy and it is very controversial as well. Now this story is deleted, however I was so interested in it, so I had to look for it. Am I the a-hole for continuing to make lunch for my co-worker even though his wife asked me not to?
That's suspicious.
I, 23 female, have been working in the same place where I was in since I turned 18. It pays me well enough that I am actively saving to buy a house. For the last 4 years, I have been making extra money by making and selling lunches to some of my co-workers. My food tastes better than anything we can get close by and is also cheaper. Now, I have to be very clear. These are co-workers, not friends. There is no work wife or work husband BS going on. I just sell them lunches and we usually eat at the same place or time, which is the break room. One of my co-workers, 30s male, has gotten married earlier this year, but he still continues to buy lunches from me, which is normal since most of my customers are also married. But earlier this week, I got a call from his wife and she asked me, more like ordered me, to stop making lunches for her husband. It was a weird conversation, but I just said that if she doesn't want him buying lunches from me, she should tell him to stop asking me himself. Then I said a terse goodbye. I also sent a text to my co-worker telling him what happened and asking him to tell his wife to never contact me again. He was apologetic and assured me that he will be talking with her. I feel like that was the first thing that the wife should have done. Like, talk to your freaking husband. Like, why are you calling his co-worker? It does not make sense to me. But I didn't stop buying lunches from me, and I continued selling them to him. This led to his wife sending me a scathing text, calling me a home-wrecking whore. I didn't reply, I just forwarded it to her husband and blocked her. He apologized to me again, told me that he would talk with her, and said that he will still buy lunches from me if I was okay with it. I said sure, money is money. Then I was venting to my roommate and she said that I was being an a-hole. It's not like he is my friend and I could do without his $10 a day to help him save his marriage. Absolutely not. Like, that's not your work. That is not your freaking work. Like, I don't understand. Why can you not just maybe talk to your husband first? And like, let's even get into it. If your husband is getting lunches at work, it means that like he's not getting anything from home. Period. Whatever happened to like making lunches for your husband, sis? Edit 1 says, since a lot of people asked, I assume she got my number from his phone. We have a group chat that I used to post weekly meals or plans to receive orders, and that's the only reason my co-workers have my phone number. Edit 2 says, I have a permit to cook or distribute food from home. My kitchen is up to code. The only reason I have a roommate is so I could afford a house with a big kitchen and space for a separate fridge or freezer. Now this edit 2, I do not even think that it is even necessary for you to like put this out, because that's not even the point. The point here is that your co-worker's wife is not comfortable with her husband eating out, or maybe like with you even serving him food, right? By the way, the food is not free. It's not like, oh okay, you are just giving him the food for free. If you have a problem with your husband eating out, should you not just like make food for him? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, but that's really my thought about this. Lucy Jane says, what's funny is if the story was told from the wife's perspective, it would have went like,
I'm just a loving wife to my studly husband, and some Jezebel at his job is trying to steal him away from me with her homemade lunches. I'm not surprised considering he looks like a Greek god. He politely told her that he doesn't want them and rebuffed all her advances. Obviously, he can't help it that he's so damn attractive. Here is where I might be the a-hole. I called her, sent her a rude text, and she blocked me.
the F1 trait.
I felt justified at the moment, but now I'm thinking I took it too far. Am I the a-hole?
And then all the comments will be,
Absolutely not. She's obviously trying to steal him away from you. Better check his phone.
girl. Oh my goodness, this is so real. Like, some ladies are so delusional. Sis, you've just been married for like what, a year if I'm correct, and you already think that somebody's trying to steal your man with food. Maybe you should just start cooking for him. Like, feel like if you're not comfortable with your husband eating out, then maybe just like get into the kitchen and like cook for him, or like maybe like order the food so that he actually gets something to wear. Because if he's buying food from his co-worker, it's one of two things, or maybe both of these two things. One is trying to like support his co-worker, then the other one is because he needs to eat. And like the fact that she just like reached out to the girl without even like maybe talking about it with her husband first, that's just really, really weird to me. Honestly, there's no way I can think about this that it makes sense. It's just ridiculous. Literally just a bad said. The other half of the comment would be,
They are probably already effing and spent their lunches taking their 4 affair babies to the park, divorcing him ASAP.
I'm going to just support that. Tell your co-worker's wife to divorce her husband. Chai Me a Latte says, Edit 2, I have a permit to cook or distribute food from home. Absolutely sent me. Translation is, stop accusing me of having a dirty kitchen. That's not the point. But actually, that is not the point. Neutral Dwarf says, it is so funny when OP asks, am I the AO for brutally killing my neighbor? And people in the comments are like, info, was the knife white or red? Like, honestly, I do not understand the type of people that are on Reddit, if I'm being honest. There are some things that are just so obvious. I think they are not living in this world, and they are trying to maybe like get everyone's mind or their minds off the actual points to complicate the whole issue. Because listen to this comment. A gross comment from there. I'm thinking like the actual post says, if she is so concerned about you making her husband lunch, maybe she should get up a bit earlier in the mornings and make them herself. Now, I do not see how this comment is gross, because that was exactly the same thing I said. Can't see a problem with what you're doing, but just be a little bit careful. She sounds like a bit of a bunny boiler to me. Never know when you might find your tires slashed. I saw that one too. I desperately wanted to ask why it's the wife's job to make her husband's lunch, but I'd already seen the cross post. So whose job is it? So what's the point of getting married? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm so sorry. If you feel like there are no like gender roles rather, then let me know in the comments, because I honestly can't. So why do you have a problem with another person like making lunches? If you have a problem with somebody making lunch for your husband, and you think that she is trying to wreck your home by making lunches for your husband, then why are you not just making the lunches? Why would you think that someone making lunches from your husband will get your husband stolen away from you, if you do not already believe that making lunches is something that somebody that has a relationship with your husband should do? Are we communicating on the same frequency? Now, if you do not know how to cook, I understand that you can maybe contract it out. It's not a big deal. You can contract it out. Some husbands don't have a problem with their wives not knowing how to cook. But if the husband has already found a way to like settle himself, then why do you have a problem with that? The only reason why your husband is eating from his co-worker who is not making food for him because, oh, I like him, she's making food as an extra source of income. I don't remember what I was saying. The only reason why your husband will eat from somebody else is because you're not making him food. Like, do you think that your husband will buy lunches from somebody else if he has lunch packed from home? And as I already said, some husbands don't have a problem with their wives not knowing how to cook. You can basically contract it out with like a food company, which is what he is doing. So why I still think that you believing that you as the wife, you do not have the obligation to make food for your husband is crazy to me. Would you not make food for yourself? Will you not make food for yourself? Is it not your job to make food for yourself? So why do you think that is the problem for you to make food for your husband? If this were real, I could see asking the wife to make lunch. Husband already had a working plan for getting lunch, and the wife just comes in and says, get a new plan without offering suggestions. If it's that important to her, she could offer to make them. It's as easy as that. It's so freaking easy. Like, it's not even really a big deal, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, because this comment is driving me crazy and nuts. A lot of people in the comment section are saying that she is not the a-hole. Other people are saying that she is the a-hole, and a lot of people are saying also that this story might not be true. People are talking about the old permit thing and how like she's making just $10 from the meal, which I don't really think that she talked about. I don't think she really talked about the price. Did she? Oh yeah, she did talk about the price, $10, and a lot of people are saying that it doesn't make sense that she did go to get a permit just to sell food for $10. Now, I do not know how many people she has at a place of work. I can't really tell, but I don't really think that is the purpose of this story. The point of the story, which I'm going to just make sure that I don't get out of the view, is the fact that a co-worker's wife finds it uncomfortable for her that she's making food for her husband, or her husband is buying food from her. I'm just going to be the judge here and just say this person is not the a-hole, because I mean, a business is a business at the end of the day. You won't go tell like big companies to stop selling to your husband just because the company is run by a female. Would you? No, you won't. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.